live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Hello, good evening. Coming to you live from the National News Studio. Welcome to the news. My name is Clifford Richards.
And I'm Kasani Balachandra Adhikari. We start off with a look at your headlines for tonight.
Attacks on 3 nuclear centers in Iran, and Iran warns America over the incident. The driver of the bus which met with an accident in Dunghinda in remand custody. The President's Fund provides 100,000 rupees each to the top performers at the GCE Advanced Level Examination. A bag of coconut fertilizer is being sold at a concessionary price of 4,000 rupees. A request not to misinterpret the decisions of the army to maintain a quality force. Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa says that the preparation of a national media policy will be completed in the next 3 months. Sri Lanka wins 2 golds and 2 silver medals at the Open Athletic Championship tournament in Thailand.
Moving on to the stories in detail, and topping the news is in fact topping international story because Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghi accuses the United States of betraying diplomacy after it joined Israel in its air campaign against its country.
President Donald Trump claims the strikes on the key nuclear facilities at Fordo, Natanz and Isfahan were very successful and warned against any retaliation. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu praised Trump's bold decision and said that Israel and the US acted in full coordination. Iran also says that more than 400 people have been killed and at least 3,056 others have been wounded since Israel launched its attack on the 13th of June. Israel, at least 24 people have been killed in Iranian strikes. U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said that the U.S. devastated the Iranian nuclear program with its overnight strikes on 3 sites. Hegseth said the strikes were not about regime change, but that President Trump has consistently stated for over 10 years that Iran must not get a nuclear weapon. The U.S. sent bombers over the Pacific as a decoy and did not come under fire during the operation, Hegseth added. In the same Pentagon update, General Dan Kane said that the U.S. used 75 precision-guided weapons, including 14 massive ordnance penetrators, also known as bunker busters. President Donald Trump said that the U.S. has carried out a successful bombing attack on 3 nuclear sites in Iran and added that they have been obliterated. Israel said that they were in full coordination with the U.S. in planning the strikes. Iranian officials have confirmed that facilities were struck but denied it had suffered a major blow. The strikes mark a significant escalation in the ongoing war between Iran and Israel. Hidden away in a mountainside south of Tehran, Fordo is believed to be deeper underground than the Channel Tunnel connecting the UK and France. Due to Fordo's depth below ground, only the US has the kind of bunker buster bombs big enough to penetrate the site. The GBU-57 massive ordnance penetrator. It weighs 13,000 kilograms and is able to drop through about 18 meters of concrete or 61 meters of earth before exploding. According to experts, due to the depths of Fordo's tunnels, the MOP is not guaranteed to be successful, but it is the only bomb that could come close. Kane confirmed during the Pentagon briefing that between the 7 B-2 Spirit bombers, 14 MOP bombs were among 75 precision-guided weapons used in the strikes against Iran. Within hours of the US bombing, Iran launched a fresh barrage of missiles which hit parts of the Tel Aviv and Haifa. At least 86 people were injured, according to officials. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas condemned the US strike and said Tehran reserved the right to respond. He said Trump had betrayed Americans who had been promised an end to US involvement in Middle Eastern wars. Posting on his Truth Social platform at 7:50 p.m., Trump confirmed the strikes on Fordo, Natanz and Isfahan. Just over 2 hours later, the flanked by Vice President J.D. Vance, Defense Secretary Hegseth and Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Trump made a televised address. He said that future attacks would be far greater unless Iran reached a diplomatic solution. UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer said that US took action to alleviate what he called the grave threat posed by Iran's nuclear program. In a statement, he called on Tehran to agree to talks and reach diplomatic solutions. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres said the US airstrikes were a dangerous escalation, while European Union Foreign Policy Chief Kaja Kallas urged all sides to step back and return to the negotiating table. Saudi Arabia has voiced great concern, while Oman condemned the strikes and called for de-escalation. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi said he had spoken to Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian and called for a dialogue and diplomacy as the way forward. Russian politician Dmitry Medvedev, an ally of President Vladimir Putin, said that Trump, who came in as a kind of success, Trump will not win the Nobel Prize. United States President Donald Trump has announced the bombing of 3 Iranian nuclear sites as Washington effectively joined Israel's war against Iran. The UN's decision to intervene militarily to aid the Israeli attacks on Iran has prompted fears of serious escalation across the Middle East and brought back memories of the devastation in Iraq following the 2003 US invasion. Israel launched unprecedented attacks on Iran on the 13th of June, targeting its nuclear sites and top military commanders. More than 400 people have been killed in Israeli attacks in Iran, while retaliatory strikes by Tehran have killed at least 24 people in Israel. Fordo, a highly fortified underground uranium enrichment facility, is reported buried hundreds of meters deep in the mountains near Qom in northwestern Iran. This site is designed to hold up to 2,976 spinning centrifuges, according to the International Atomic Energy Agency. Natanz is Iran's largest enrichment complex, containing vast halls of centrifuges, some underground. It has been a key hub of Iran's nuclear program and the site of multiple power sabotage attempts, and was hit by Israel's strikes on the first wave of attacks on the 13th of June. Isfahan is an important nuclear research and production center that includes a uranium conversion facility and fuel fabrication plants. It plays a critical role in preparing raw materials for enrichment and reactors use. For years, Israel and the US have accused Iran of developing nuclear weapons, but Iran maintains that its nuclear program is for civil purposes. IAEA Chief Rafael Grossi has also rejected claims that Tehran was on the verge of making atomic bombs. Through the United Nations nuclear watchdog has expressed concerns against Iran's decision to enrich uranium at up to 60% purity. Tehran stepped up enrichment after Trump walked out of the landmark 2015 nuclear deal when a joint comprehensive plan of action in 2018 that had capped Iran's nuclear activity. According to Sri Lankan ambassador in Israel, Nimal Bandara, after the United States targeted 3 attacks at areas where nuclear facilities of Iran are located, Iran fired a number of missiles towards residential areas of northern and central Israel. He requested the Sri Lankan community in Israel to follow proper safety guidelines, since the situation might further aggravate. 4 Sri Lankans were questioned who were among Sri Lankans entered into Egypt in order to return to Sri Lanka via Tabah border in the night before yesterday. Later on, the Sri Lankan ambassador in Egypt, Sisira Senviratne, said his staff coordinated with the security and border officials. The Sri Lankans were able to reach Cairo airport in the morning yesterday, according to Ambassador Nimal Bandara. It is also stated that these 4 Sri Lankans are due to leave for the island from Cairo airport today. Ambassador Nimal Bandara returned to Sri Lanka. Further stated that 3 persons reached the embassy yesterday to return to Sri Lanka, and the embassy's office provided all necessary documents for them. They are expected to depart for Sri Lanka via Tabah border from Cairo airport. According to the ambassador, Sri Lankan embassy in Egypt will be coordinating them.
Well, the driver of the ill-fated bus which met with an accident in the Dunginda Falls area has been remanded until the 4th of next month. Badula Magistrate Nujit De Silva delivered an order in this connection. Well, the police say investigations have revealed that it was a temporary driver who drove the bus at the time of the accident. The police further say a permanent driver was seated near him, and the cause of the accident was careless driving. The driver of the bus was reported to be a bus conductor of the SLTB, but he was in a position of bus driver's license. Investigations have further revealed that he, along with his wife and 3 children, also attended the pilgrimage. 3 persons were killed and 31 injured in the bus accident at Timbirigas Pitia near the Dungina Falls on the Badulla Mayangana main road. 3 of the severely injured persons are undergoing treatment at the intensive care unit of the Badulla Teaching Hospital. Deputy Minister of Tourism Ruwan Ranasinghe visited the hospital last night. Looking into the conditions of the injured, the Minister said on the occasion that the government is making all necessary arrangements for the well-being of the injured. Deputy Minister Ruwan Ranasinghe said that the government will intervene to provide relief to all involved in the accident. Maximum contributions will be extended to the staff of the Badulla General Hospital. According to the information received, a serious condition has not arisen and necessary treatment will be provided to all those concerned. Meanwhile, the mayor of Badulla, Nandana Hapugura, says at a media briefing today that arrangements have been made to dispatch the bodies of the 3 killed in the accident to Tamuttegama. The mayor of Badulla, Nandana Hapugura, said that the hospital staff had taken necessary measures to secure the lives of all injured other than those 3 killed. He further said that the assistance provided by the SSP, the OIC and the rest of the police staff was also very commendable.
The newly launched initiative to honour high-performing students at the district level for the 2023-2024 GCE A-level examination, the President's Fund hosted an award ceremony this morning at the Iranamadu Nelum Piazza Auditorium in the Northern Province. And accordingly, 300 students from the Northern Province who excelled in all subject streams of the 2023 GCE Advanced Level Examination will each receive a grant of 100,000 rupees from the President's Fund. 300 students from the districts of Jaffna, Kilinochchi, Mullaitivu, Banna and Vaunia, specifically 60 students per district with the top 10 students from each subject stream, were recognized and presented with financial awards for their outstanding academic performance. The President's Fund has allocated a total of 30 million rupees for this initiative, which is expected to be extended to all districts in the future. Speaker Dr. Jagat Vikramaratne said a further 150 million rupees will be allocated in times ahead. Already 12.5 million rupees have been reserved to provide a sum of 50,000 rupees each to the students who passed with excellence in the O-level examination. The President's Fund has set aside a sum of 3,575 million rupees alone to uplift education. Out of this amount, 1,800 million rupees is for the provision of Mahapula scholarships. President Secretary Dr. Namdika Sanat Kumar Nayak said that what they needed is a quality education and a productive society. He expressed hope that the students who have been felicitated would fulfill their obligations. He has added that our citizens have the capability to elevate the Sri Lankan nation higher on the world platform. A vote of thanks was delivered by Abhishek, a student from Jaffna Hindu College, who expressed heartfelt appreciation to the President and the President's Fund. He described the program as a valuable opportunity for students from economically devastated backgrounds to pursue higher education and achieve their goals. In attendance at the ceremony were Northern Province Governor Nagalingam Vedanayahan, public representatives and government officials.
Minister Samantha Vidyaratna says that the government will take steps to provide a bag of fertilizer at a very concessionary rate of 4,000 rupees. He added that the coconut industry will be normalized under the present government. The minister made these observations during a program held at the Palugaswava estate belonging to the Chilla Plantation Company. Tractors and motorcycles were distributed to the estate superintendents of the Chilla Plantations Company. Provisions of coconut fertilizer to planters was also conducted under the coconut subsidy. A project to plant coconut saplings at Palugaswava estate was also commenced parallel to this event. Minister Samanth Vidyaratna said that the government has decided to provide fertilizer with a special subsidy to coconut planters as well as vegetable growers. The minister thanked Russia for supplying a shipment of 55,000 metric tons of MOP fertilizer free of cost to Sri Lanka. Half of this has been given to the coconut plantations, and 56,700 metric tons of coconut fertilizer is now available with the government. The price of a bag of coconut fertilizer at outstations is 9,000 rupees at present. The fertilizer received from Russia will be distributed free of cost. An amount of 4,000 rupees per bag of fertilizer will be charged to mix and also transport the remaining stock of fertilizer. It will be distributed under a subsidy, and the amount will be 56,700 million rupees, and the government expects to develop the coconut sector in the country to a higher level.
It has been observed that certain information is being propagated giving a wrong definition on the recent administrative decisions and methodologies taken by the Sri Lanka Army. And a communique issued by the Army headquarters says certain media and social media networks are engaged in this practice with the objective of tarnishing reputation of the Army in the civil society. It has also been pointed out that groups which do not have a proper understanding on the administrative procedures of the Army are engaged in socializing rumours with the petty objective of fulfilling their narrow needs. All activities in the Sri Lanka Army could not be divulged to the society due to security reasons. Decisions pertaining to the administrative functions of the Army are being taken on the recommendations extended to the Army Commander by a board of officials with exceptional experiences. The Army headquarters requests not to misinterpret decisions taken in order to maintain a quality armed force for the well-being of the country.
Minister of Health and Mass Media Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa says that the drafting of a national media policy will be completed during the next 3 months. He also pointed out that the number of programs for the welfare of provincial media persons will also be implemented. Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayatissa made this observation at a workshop held yesterday for provincial media persons in the Kalutara district. Well, the workshop organized by the Government Information Department was attended by Director General of Government News, Harshana Bandara, and Kalutara District Secretary Janaka K. Gunawardena, along with a group of others. The minister says that the task entrusted on him as the first minister of mass media of the government is to safeguard the regional media personnel. The minister added that the other responsibilities are to enhance the professional status of these media personnel and to bring more professionals into the field by sending a message to the next generation. The aim of the government is to strengthen the regional media persons. The minister also said that the government is at the final stage of the preparation of the national media policy. Well, this is a policy and not an act, and this policy will have to be molded into a reality through the media personnel themselves. The government is striving to enhance the progress and also the security of the media profession. Another objective of the mass media policy is to safeguard the citizens who are being adversely affected by the media coverages. A discussion between the minister and a group of representatives of the Singh Health Institute was held at the Ministry of Health and Mass Media recently. The Singh Health Institute is the largest health service group in Singapore, which is comprised of multi-clinical network. The meeting has focused on crucial issues such as the promotion of partnership in global health and research, nurturing of innovations, and also on current activities at the Jaffna Regional Cooperation Centre. Well, this is news from the national television. We take a short break and we'll be back with more local stories shortly.
National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Welcome back, and taking a look at more local stories. Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuri emphasized that digital learning systems should be introduced while ensuring the fair distribution of human and physical resources across all schools.
Well, the Premier made these remarks during a discussion held recently and with a task force appointed by the Cabinet that's to oversee the digital education transformation. Well, the discussion focused on initiating the digital transformation in the educational sector, addressing related challenges and implementing necessary policies. Addressing the meeting, the Premier Dr. Harini Amarasuri stated that the current shortage of over 42,000 teachers in the national and provincial schools must be urgently addressed. As a solution to the existing teacher shortage, a special attention should be given to the introduction of digital learning systems within the next 6 months to minimize the learning gap by effectively utilizing existing resources. Primary objectives of the task force includes ensuring equal distribution of facilities for all schools, including differently able community as well.
The Road to Renaissance program aimed with developing 1,000 rural roads island-wide has got underway yesterday. It is being implemented as a special project of the Ministry of Transport, Highways, Ports and Civil Aviation. Kalathara District Parliamentarian Dr. Nihala Besinger has presided over the commencement of the Kumbuka-Kottabaskoda Road in Horana reconstruction program at a cost of 26 million rupees yesterday. Athuraliya Kajawat Road in Deniaya Matara is also to be developed at a cost of 47 million rupees. Chairman of the Athuraliya Pradesh Sabha Nuan Ratnayaka has presided over the commencement of this road reconstruction project. Under the Road to Renaissance program, Hindeniya Pattigoda Paramulla Road in Attanagalla is also being reconstructed with concrete. The work on the 375-metre road has commenced under the guidance of Deputy Minister Munir Mulafar. The cost of the project is 4 million rupees. Deputy Minister Ruan Senarath has presided over the commencement of reconstruction of the Ranna Vigamua Pattiyapula Road in Tangol. This road is of 2.3 kilometres distance. The road from Asidenia Nagahamula junction to the 28th settlement of the Galigamo Divisional Secretariat Division will also be reconstructed. The Road to Renaissance project will also be engaged in the reconstruction of the road from Kadagapitiya to Rampananveva in the Alahara Divisional Secretariat. The road leading to Gaminipura from near the Jumma Mosque in Hatton, while the Hatton depot is being carpeted and developed by using funds amounting to 70 million rupees. The Heva Hatamulloy Road in Hangurakatha, which has remained dilapidated for the past 10 years, is also being reconstructed.
Crime reporting is an area which should be held to safeguard law and justice and freedom in society. Well, currently, crime reporting cannot be termed as factual reporting. Rather, it has become a business. People come to know about various crimes which happen in the country through electronic, print and other new media. Crime reporting in Sri Lanka cannot be termed as satisfactory. Professor Madhubhashini Hevage of the Open University of Sri Lanka says that one cannot be satisfied with the behavior and activities of the media. On certain occasions, when the media covers occasions like dead bodies, bloodbath scenes and scenes where family members of victims mourn, the identity of the victim is unnecessarily revealed through the media. It has been proved by research that dramatized news items as such lead to committing crimes as well. By exaggerating various crimes, media institutions expect to increase viewership, which is beyond the media ethics. Professor Madhubhashini of the Open University of Sri Lanka says that efforts are being taken by the media to illustrate as to how and where the crime was committed using various video clips. Through such activities, news quality is reduced. Certain media institutions use various methods to create images in the mind of the receptor by providing a crime as happened. It is questionable whether it will give a leverage to the criminals for further crime.
සාමාන්‍යයෙන් සිටින ප්‍රොවික් කිව්වා වගේ මනසේ පිට කියන කොටස. ඒ නිසාම සමහර පුද්ගලයන්ට අපරාධයක් සැලසුම් කරන්නට වගේම අපරාධයක් කිරීම සඳහා පෙළඹීමක් මෙවැනි නාටක ආකාරයෙන් ඉදිරිපත් කරන ප්‍රවෘත්ති හේතු වෙනවා කියලා පර්යේෂණ වලින් පවා තහවුරු කරගෙන තියෙනවා.
යම් අපරාධයක් පිළිබඳ පූර්ණ විමසීමකින් තොරව ප්‍රමාණවත් තොරතුරු මත පත්
Certain innocent parties become culprits when crimes are reported without sufficient facts or investigations, releasing them to the media immediately. Media will have to rectify those allegations posed towards the innocent person. The nature of the international criminal reporting has to be investigated. This unfortunate situation in crime reporting cannot be taken in a light term towards a proper direction. As such, the real responsibility of the media has to be investigated regarding crime reporting. Well, Professor Madhubhashini said that several years before, a mother was assassinated at Kahawat, and it has been noticed that the media had exaggerated a conflict between the mother and the daughter, revealing the marital status, profession, private data, and the family relationship as well.
Well, vehicle accidents have been reported in several areas today as well. 4 persons were injured when a 3-wheeler met with an accident at the fire brigade unit in Colombo. The officials of fire brigade took steps to hospitalize the injured immediately. A car caught fire around 8 a.m. today at the Valikada prison, Buralla. Officials of the Colombo Municipality Fire Brigade doused the fire and further investigations are being conducted. A motor car parked near the Colombo racecourse caught fire in the afternoon today. Although extensive damage has been caused to the vehicle due to the fire, no damage has been reported to human lives. Foreign news on the other side of this break. And in your foreign news tonight, central and southern China were on high alert for more flash floods as the annual East Asia monsoon gathered pace and extreme rainfall threatened disruption in the world's second largest economy. Red alerts, the first for this year, were issued covering the provinces of Anhui, Henan, Hubei, Hunan, Guangxu and Guangxi region, states the agency Xinhua reported. Citing the Weather Resources Ministry and National Weather Forecaster, extreme rainfall and severe flooding, which meteorologists link to climate change, increasingly pose major challenges for policymakers as they threaten to overwhelm aging flood defenses, displace millions and wreak havoc on China's $2.8 trillion agricultural sector. And in your sports news tonight, Netmi Ahimsa, who won a bronze medal at the 47th Asian Wrestling Championship, returned to the island in the early morning today.
Yeah. In fact, a group of officials of the Wrestling Association were present at the airport to receive her. The championship is being held in Vietnam. Wrestlers representing 44 countries joined the championship. Netmi Ahimsa contested in the under-23 57 kilo category. She won the bronze medal, being the first player to get a medal for Sri Lanka in the history of an Asian wrestling championship held so far. Meanwhile, Nipuni Vasana Dharmadasa, contesting the 50 kilo category, reached the semi-finals but was defeated.
Short distance ace Yupun Abekon was able to record his best timing during this competitive season in the 100-meter event at an athletics championship held in Germany yesterday. Yupun Abekon represented the 100-meter track event at the Anhalt 2025 Athletics Championship in Germany. He recorded a timing of 10.3 seconds in finishing the event. Later on, participating in the 100-meter final event, Yupun secured the first place with the timing of 10.18 seconds. This timing has been recorded as the best in the 100-meter event during this championship.
යුපුන් අබේකොන් මීටර් 100 ධාවන ඉසව්ව සඳහා මෙවර තරඟ සමයේදී වාර්තා කළ හොඳම කාලය ලෙසයි එය සටහන් වන්නේ.
Glaube ich, knapp vor you müssen wir auf die Ergebnisse warten.
Sri Lankan athletes were able to win a gold medal and 2 silver medals at the Thailand Open Athletics Championship. Ruziru Chaturanga won the gold medal in the 1500 meters men's event, while Nimali Leonarachi won a silver medal for Sri Lanka in the women's 1500 meter event.
මේ අතර මීටර 1500 කාන්තා ධාවන ඉසව්වෙන් නිමාලි ලියනාරච්චි ශ්‍රී ලංකාවට රිදී පදක්කමක් හිමි කර දුන්නා. නෙත්මි මදුෂානි හේරත් දුරපැනීමේ ඉසව්වෙන් රන් පදක්.
From athletics, we move to rugby. Well, the Hong Kong team recorded a victory in the match against Sri Lanka in the Asian First Division Rugby Championship, which was held in Hong Kong. Well, this has been the second match Sri Lanka participated in this championship. At the end of the first half, Hong Kong led with 33-7. At the end of the play, Hong Kong became victorious with 78 points to 7. Hong Kong scored their points with 9 goals and 3 tries. And on that note, we end the news. Do enjoy the rest of the programs together with Kasun of the 6 Wishing you a good night.
Good night.